Yeah, maybe we can change the cable. Yes. This is this one. Yeah. It's the splitter, yes. We can try. Yes. Okay. Let's try again. Yeah, I think it will work now. This is the one, right? No, it's not compatible to this. The splitter is having issue. We can use two outputs from here. Yeah, we can use two outputs from here. Which let's use this as the splitter. Okay. So I'll put it here and give me all the cables. The other one, this one, for the TV. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, no splitter. Yeah, we will put same directly. Yes. Okay. Then let me see it. Okay. I think it's the TV. TV is anyway. We can just that the color is yeah. Oh, that's nice. It's live on YouTube now. Huh? That's good. That's good.
Really?
Are you able to give me?
Hello, hello.
Are you able to give me an input so we can do a split screen? Uh, yeah, yeah. We no, no. What I'm saying is, you go live directly here, right? I'll give you an output. I'll put it here. No, no, this is an input, right? I'll supply you one output from here, so my presentation can be live.
एमएस साहब किधर हैं?
Yes, yes.
लाल बेटे
Okay,
देखिएगा जरा
let's.
उन्हें किधर हैं?
Oh, the problem is it's used here. The outputs are used here. Two outputs already for the two monitors.
You need to use two meters as well.
Because for people to see it, but for now one, yeah, for now one, because the other one isn't working.
सर
Bhajan, ये तो रख कर. Let's start.
Yes, we can. This is
तमाम दोस्तों से गुजारिश है कि वो तशरीफ़ रखें. यासिन कैमरा सेंटर के सीईओ मिस्टर यासिन तशरीफ़ ला रहे हैं, उनको खुशामदीद कहते हैं. This is now good afternoon, everyone present here. It is indeed a pleasure and privilege to welcome each of you to this workshop today. We are honored to have with us Mr. ERDIE, the master trainer of this workshop, who has shared his skill of live streaming with us. Sir, we are grateful for your presence today. We are so grateful Nikon who provide us such occasions of learning. We look forward hear from you and learning from your experience once again. Once again, on behalf of everyone here, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to our esteemed guest. Thank you, and let's give a big round of applause for Mr. ERDIE.
Thank you very
Please,
much.
sir.
Thank you very much. Shall we start?
Yes. Sir.
Okay. Thank you everyone for having me here today, and welcome to this workshop where entitled Mastering Live Streaming from Setup to Broadcast. Okay, before I proceed with my workshop, may I know who are the photographers here? Almost everyone, okay. Which level are you in now? If 5 is the most expert, shall we say, which one is 5 here? 5 years experience? No, 5 in terms of excellence, right? The number 5 is the best, the top experience, and 1 is maybe a beginner. 20 people, okay. So let's start from where we have to start. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. Okay, my name is ERDIE ILAO. ILAO means in Filipino it's light. Okay, so born to be to the light. Okay, so to tell you, I've been here in the industry of broadcasting for 2 decades and 9 years, or nearly 3. Okay, I started my career in the biggest television station in the Philippines, where I do obi-wan design, I do satellite operations, microwave linking, okay, TV station. I also do directing for various TV shows. And in 2006, I moved to a company named Genlock Incorporated, which is, I do believe some of you are broadcasters here knows what Genlock is all about, right? Genlock is a reference synchronization pulse used for broadcasting, okay? So Genlock is a company that builds TV station. And one of that experience is I am one of the design engineers for Music Television Philippines. And there are several other integrations I've done. So the big ministerial meetings in Asian Summit and ASEAN Summits, I've done it for the International Broadcast Center. Okay? And in 2007, I moved to Singapore, where I joined O'Connor's. It's a British company that, it's an integration company that does design for television station in a digital platform. Because normally at that time, we are still on analog. Okay? And then in 2008 until now, I am connected to Etisalat by END in research and development. Okay? And I'm also connected to the part where we have this platform where we do like a Netflix. It's an OTT TV platform. You can browse it, you can use it as a sort of entertainment like Netflix itself, like Prime, yes. I'm one of the design engineers of that platform. Okay, I am also the creator of various shows in Dubai, in the Filipino communities, and currently I am the director of that show where Love Josie is a show, it's a very famous show on the Filipino community. I'm also the founder of Lightning Chasers production, currently active in Dubai as of the moment. We serve so many clientels in Dubai. So it's a team of 22 people. I'm the 23rd in the team. So we're doing some good presence and clientele in Dubai. Okay? So mastering live streaming from broadcast to setup is a combination of so many disciplines. This is not just about learning video. This is not just about learning filmmaking. This is not just about learning photography. This is a combination of so many disciplines. Okay? I'll tell you that later. So, in this workshop, we will be learning what our smartest competitors are. Okay? Why live streaming? Why I came here to encourage you to do live streaming. The third one is we need to have a solid foundation when it comes to videography. Okay? And live streaming equipment, what are the ideal equipment that we use? And then from setup to broadcast, we will have a live demo later on and live directing. Okay, live directing is very, very important, which we will do it later on. Okay, I'll teach you how to do the timing, how to do the precision on how to move from one camera to another. We'll do that later. Okay, but before that, we'll create first the foundation of how we can start up to that finishing line. Okay, so like most of you, I am also a photographer. I started my career as a photographer, and I think I've tried so many things. I tried boudoir, naked ladies, and not totally naked, but I tried landscape, I tried cityscape, I tried wildlife, I tried so many things when it comes to photography. But being part of, as I told you a while ago, I am part of this biggest company in the UAE, which is the Etisalat and E, and I am in the research and development company, team. At that time, I already know that there is an imminent danger for photographers. I'll tell you that later, okay? So, then I started learning videography. I became a hybrid shooter, okay? So I developed my skills and become a hybrid shooter because I know that video often evokes comments and shares on social media. That's the reason why we are facing a smart competitor because of that reason. Even now, that competitor, you know what? What is it? That competitor is an AI. If you are a photographer now, maybe 5 years from now, you are no longer relevant. Right? Would you agree with me? Right. Because it can do this. Imagine that. By just prompting it on a computer, that AI can generate something like this. Okay? It can generate something like this. Look at that. By just simply prompting words onto that AI, like the DAL-E or Mid-Journey. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Mid-Journey, DAL-E. Those are the result of those prompts. It can do like this. It's an ultra-realistic kind of image which you no longer identify if it is taken from a camera or generated from an AI. So, it can also make like this. Imagine that you can prompt for a tight shot, you can prompt for a mid shot, up to the whole body shot. All these images are from AI. Right? If you are an untrained eyes, it means you are not trained to look into images like photos. It means that you will not be able to identify if it's an AI generated or not. Does anyone can identify which one is AI or not? The left one is an AI, is that correct? And the right one? I took it. The right one is I took it myself. Yes, correct. What about this one? Which one is an AI, which one is not? Correct. What about this? Which one is AI? Which one is not? Both are AI. See? See? And if you guys are videographers, you guys are filmmakers, you also have to beware. Because there is also another form of AI that can now generate videos. Have you heard about that? Have you heard about Sora? It can do like this. This is an AI generated video. Imagine that. This is from an AI. Okay? Imagine that. This is from an AI. This is an AI generated video. Imagine how intelligent is our competitor now. If there is a Gen Z, you know, these youngsters coming in, try to be competing with us, then we will be in big headache because they can simply do it this way. This one is also, I no longer need an animator because AI can now do this. Right? AI can do this. It's an ultra realistic video. And this one, imagine that. And this one, I think this is one of the famous in the videography and editors, graphic artist community. This is one of the most famous images or video that have been circulating within the community. I don't know if you guys have seen it. This is an AI. See how complex is it? There are people behind, there are images behind, there are landscapes behind, it's a cityscape, the reflection is there. Imagine that, how intelligent is our competitor. So, do you think if we stay being a videographer or we stay being a photographer, we will be relevant in the next 3 to 5 years maybe? I don't think so. Because people will start prompting from the AI platform to generate videos like this. Okay? So, why live streaming is the new trend? Why I am introducing to you live streaming. Live streaming, not just use one camera and put your video on a live streaming. There are some protocol, there are some disciplines that we have to understand when we do live streaming, and I tell it to you later on. But first of all, I need you to understand what are the foundation that we need to learn in order for us to do this perfectly, do this in the right way. Okay? So, first of all, why live streaming is the new trend? It's because they are widely used on product launches, right? They are used in concerts, in sports events, right? They are used in political debates. In, you know, there are like what is happening now in the U.S. Okay, award shows, corporate events, okay, education, gaming, and most of all maybe is the live selling. I don't know if you if you know that. Most of all live selling now, e-commerce, live selling. They go live on Facebook, on YouTube. They sell stuff on TikTok. They have these baskets, and they use it for free. Yes, it is, because live streaming increases brand awareness, okay? There's no advertisement when you do live streaming. Currently, if you do it, there is no advertisements, okay? And it creates more engagement to people. The more you go live, the more people will know you, the more people will, you know, share your videos, okay? And it's cost saving because it's free. Which live streaming platform is not free here? There's none, right? Facebook is free, YouTube is free, Instagram is free, TikTok is free. Almost all social media, giant social media platforms are free. So we have to use it. It's there. It's available for us. It's just tapping to that platform. And this is how I tell it to you later on. Okay, it cuts down time Because when you do live streaming, you don't need to edit your video. A simple, straightforward planning before doing a live stream will cut down cost, people, and it is efficient. Because you don't need to edit. You don't, if it is a multicam setup, you don't even need to do editing because it's live, it's recorded on the platform. Okay? And it stays around. It is there forever. While Facebook is alive, then your video will be alive until you remove it from the platform. That's the essence of it. So, imagine this. Facebook has 3.05 billion users. Imagine tapping 1% of that. It's still money, right? Imagine tapping the 2.5 billion users of YouTube. It's a magical moment for us because it is a revenue for us, correct? But before tapping that kind of platform, we need to understand what is our solid platform. What is our foundation? Okay? I have to crank down a little bit because here we have to start from a solid know-how. Okay? So, before I move forward, let me ask you, what is the effect of video? Because we are now purely video, no more photo. Okay? No more photo. We are all on video platform now. May I know what is the effect on video? Why do we create video? It's because we want to immerse people. We want to put that experience when we are creating video, we want that experience to be felt by your audience. It's called immersiveness. Okay, you want to bring that person into your video. And it comes also with sound. Sound is very important, or the audio, because you cannot watch a video for maybe a minute without a sound, right? Because sound is engaging. It engages a person to watch that video, right? You combine it, okay? You combine immersiveness and engaging. What do you think is it? Okay? It is entertainment. You are creating a video. Sorry, I think there's someone who came. Hi, my name is ERDIE. Hi, my name is ERDIE. Okay, yeah, go. Turn it on here. Yeah, okay. Okay, go up. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Shall I continue? Yes? Okay. So you combine immersiveness and engagement. It's an entertainment for everyone, right? So, because that's what we wanted from people to pay attention to our video. We want to entertain them, okay? That's why people create film. People create movies and everything, because we want to entertain them. That's the very reason why we create videos. But we have to consider also, that's the reason why, you know, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram became really, really famous because of videos. Because it entertains people. You know, sometimes I couldn't imagine when I get my phone, and I couldn't imagine I'm spending 10 minutes already just watching YouTube Shorts or Facebook Reels. It's immersive, right? It's entertaining, especially for people. The youngsters are really addicted to the mobile phones right now. So, but before going through that, before going to that objective, we want to create a solid know-how. which we will discuss it in a little while along the way. Okay, understanding the camera that you are using now, whether it's whatever camera is it, I'm encouraging you guys to go deep dive into that camera and play with it and use it on a videography purpose. Okay, because there are so many hidden gems in that camera. It's a piece of camera, but there are so many secrets in it. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I know some of you already knows this, but for the benefit of other people who haven't learned this, I'll just go through faster on this. Okay, first of the settings that you have to consider is the white balance of your camera. White balance because it aligns on the temperature of the light of your image or your subject, okay? The second one is the ISO. I think everyone knows about ISO. No need to explain about that. Aperture or the DOF, you guys knows about that already. Shutter speed. These are the basic of photography. The three: white balance, ISO, aperture, shutter speed. But frame rate is something that other photographers doesn't actually understand. And we have to discuss it right now. Okay, we will tackle this one by one. Okay, normally you can see it if you take a look at the camera like Nikon, you will be able to see the white balance are here, the shutter speed on that logical positions. Okay, the frame rate is here, which is used for videography. Okay, so white balance normally is very, very important because as the light perceived by the camera split it in actually three colors. Okay? We are not seeing it in our naked eyes, but the camera has three sensors: the red, green, and the blue sensors. Okay? Why is it? Because it needs to identify exactly what the color of the subject is. Normally, that sensors are created this way. And in your white balance, combine those three colors and find the white out of these three colors. Because the equal combination of red, green, and blue it's a white, right? So, may I know for some photographers here, how do you play with your temperature? From which Kelvin and up to what Kelvin? I think most of the guys here are photographers. Okay. Under 4,000 Kelvin to under 5,000. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that is correct. Because the ideal color temperature when it comes to videography is almost similar than what you said. It's from 3,200 Kelvin to 5,600 Kelvin. Beyond that or below that, it's not ideal for your camera. It means that there might be colors that aren't required anymore for that shot. But depending on how creative are you. But ideally, this is the white balance spectrum that we have to go up according to the scale. Okay? So, DOF, I know everyone knows about this. The more open is the eye, the shutter of, that ring of aperture, the more depth you can have. There is a 2.8 up to f22 you can have, depending on of your liking. Okay? I think the microphone is glitching. So, as we see I'll make it bigger. As we see, if the number of your f-stop is lower, the more shallow it would be. Okay, if you take a look at the image here, this is the flower. This is the focal distance of this. This part here is out of focus, as we say. Okay, and as we go larger number, or you have to tend to close the DOF. Okay, the more it becomes flatter. It's like a concept of you make a ring of your eyes and do it like this and make it smaller, right? It becomes flatter. So, the shutter speed also, when it comes to videography, is quite different from photography. This is how I will tell you, okay? So, on shutter speed, we have to follow the so-called close and open kind of concept. We call it the 180-degree rule, okay? So, normally, the shutter speed is based on, let's say, we are a PAL region. We are, I think you know, guys, for the TV guys here, we are a PAL region. We follow a 50 frames per second of TV scanning, okay? And if you go for a slower shutter speed, the more your video will become a little bit blurry. And the more you crank it up, the more your video will become strobing. You know, it's like a freezes happens. That's not flickering, but it's strobing. We call it strobing. I'll show it to you later. Okay? So the 180-degree rule is very, very important because it correlates to the frame rate of your camera. Let's say you have a camera frame rate of 50 frames per second, okay? Then the 180-degree rule is either 100 shutter speed or 50, depending on the subject that you are capturing. I'll tell it to you later during the live demo. Okay? So this is a different shots of shutter speed. Okay? If you take a look at 1000, see the strobing effect? You saw that? I want you guys to okay, hang on. I want you guys to take a look at the oh, sorry. I think it's see? Ideally, we are simulating the experience of our eyes. Our eyes can only perceive up to 50 frames per second. Okay? We are accustomed because from, I think from birth, all of us watches TV. And we are on a PAL region. PAL is a 50 frames per second on HD and 25 frames per second on analog TV. Okay? So since birth, when you watch your TV, it is a 25 frames per second on analog. Our eyes have been accustomed to that. Our eyes since birth, when we watch TV, have been experiencing that. That's the reason why when the digital form of television came in, it was created that way on 50 frames per second because we have to adapt to that accustomment of our eyes. Okay? For people from the US, which is 60 frames per second, it is 60 for them because their eyes are accustomed to that. That's a scientific explanation out of that. Okay? So, frame rate normally refers to the number of individual images displayed in 1 second. Okay? Normally, when we take video, it captures images per second. That's the reason why we have the so-called FPS, frames per second. Okay? Some videos are captured 50 frames. It means 50 images per second. And there is also 25 frames per second, depending on your liking. But normally, the recommendation on this PAL region is 50 frames per second. Okay? 50 frames per second. Because, I'll tell you why, because there is a conflict on that. We have to connect the dots here when you are on videography. Okay? Because there are so many disciplines, as I said a while ago, when it comes to videography, and you have to understand this really well. Okay. Frame rate. I'll just go back to the frame rate, because frame rate, normally, let's say here in this example, this is for film. 24 frames per second. Our eyes is accustomed to this also because 24 is near to 25, as we say. Okay? So, just a little bit of a history. May I know, this is my grandfather, by the way. So, may I know who is this? Anyone knows who is this? Nikola Tesla. Yes, he is one of the biggest culprit why we have to do this, all this science of frame rate and shutter speed. Why? Because he was the guy. He was the guy who told the right answer. The guy, yes. Oh, yeah, you have some gift later on. Okay, so Nikola Tesla is the father and the inventor of modern alternating current. The power that we are using now as electricity, the power that provide to this TV screen, it's actually invented by Nikola Tesla. Okay? And to connect the dots, why it's important, because the alternating current is an electric signal that reverses from time to time in a constant manner. It's look like this. The light that you can see now, it turns on and off. 50 on and off each second. And sometimes the camera captures that. I'll tell it to you why, okay? So, each and every time, a microsecond of it, it goes on and off, I said a while ago. So those lights are actually turning on and off. But we cannot see it. Yes, it's constant. Yes. Exactly, exactly. Because the shutter speed of our eyes is slow. It's accustomed to 25 and 50 frames per second. Okay, and that camera has to adjust based on the perception of our eyes. Okay, let's move forward. Why is one the culprit here? Because normally the lights are powered like this. I think most of you knows redhead and then HMI lights used for filmmaking. Sir, you know about it. You have been in filmmaking for quite some time. So, as of the moment, these lights are still used. These lights are still out there being used for videographers who are new in the, in the entertainment industry. They will go haywire when they shoot because they don't know how the concept works. So now, after this, you will know. Okay? So, first of all, we have to understand that overall in the world, there are two main TV formats, the NTSC and the PAL. We are in the PAL region. Pakistan is in the PAL region. Saudi is an NTSC. That's the reason why it's blue. And the US dominantly on an NTSC. Why this is very important? Because US follows 60 hertz of electricity. It means that each second, their power, the power that's being given to the household, turns on and off 60 times per second. Here, it is 50. So that difference actually creates a big problem to the videographers. Because if you don't know this concept, you will be on big trouble. That flicker, later on, you will see it. Allow me why. So, we have a team of shooters. As I said a while ago, I have a small production team. We've been facing issues with LED screens as a background. Okay? These LED screens, they have refresh rate, right? Because they are being powered by an electricity. The refresh rate creates a big problem for videographers also. I'll tell you why. This was taken by one of my staff. You see the flicker? You see the flicker? When I saw him taking the shot, I told him, hey, you are in the wrong settings. So immediately, I told him, go to the right setting, and did this. Okay? See how smooth is it? Because, actually, even experienced videographers didn't know this concept, unfortunately. Most of the experience. I've seen a lot of people. Sometimes when I go to an event, I stand like this and watch them. These guys, I couldn't help myself. One of the Lebanese filmmaker, I saw him with a big screen on his camera, and I saw that it's flickering. And I told him, hey, buddy, you have to correct your settings. No, I will edit this in post, in DaVinci. Come on, this is not how the way you do it, right? Yes, it's the shutter speed. So, guys, later on we will simulate that experience. So, allow me to continue. This was also, I took this myself, just to give you an example of how does it look like. Okay, you see that? You see the video in the middle? There is a TV screen. It's, what can you see there? It's flickering, right? In a normal scenario, when you look at the small screen of a mirrorless camera, you will never ever see it. So you have to follow your intuition, especially when it's daylight. When it's daylight, you wouldn't be able to see it because that flicker will sometimes not be recognizable in your eyes. So you have to rely on your instinct. If you know the settings, you will definitely make it right. So I made it right this way. See, it's not flickering anymore. For videographers, you have to be careful about this because on a paid events, on a paid projects, your client will never ever pay you. Seeing this kind of result, especially in Dubai, because they are used to have a different high level of projects, if they see a single flicker, they will say, you fix it. And sometimes before, when DaVinci Resolve hasn't came yet, you will never ever be able to resolve this kind of problem. Now you can. That's the reason why videographers now, okay, I'll fix this in post. But it's not the way how you do it, okay? So, let's continue. This is a famous advertisement of Talabat. Oh, there's no sound. Can you put sound? This is very, very famous, but if you take a look, there are some issues on it. Take a look there. This circulated on social media, but if you take a look, there are so many glitches. You saw the flickers? Yeah? And I don't know why they released it, but anyway, it's released already. And there's also one famous, I don't know if you know Nas Daily. If you know Nas Daily, this is the video that he made of about Emirates Airlines. Imagine Emirates Airlines. And the video flickering. See? See the video on the sides? It's flickering. I don't know if you can see it. So, it's an irony why people couldn't solve this, where it's only easy to resolve. But, well, people couldn't do it sometime. That's the reason why you see it online, right? Anyway, moving forward, now I come back to the refresh rate. If you have a TV screen now, and the refresh rate is not aligned to the camera, you will be having a problem. What is your refresh rate now? What is your shutter speed now? Okay, anyway, it's all right. It's all right. So, you know why? You know why this is very important to understand? It's because if the yellow bar on top is the refresh rate, if your screen is 60 frames, 60 hertz per second, it means that it's similar to the cycle of the AC being used in the US, right? It turns on and off 60 times a second. And your frame rate is 50 frames per second, then you won't be able to capture the right frames because there's only 3 frames aligned to that. The first, which is the first frame, the middle, which is the 25 and 30, and the 60 and 50. The rest of the other frames are misaligned, causing your capture to flicker, right? So, guys, this is very, very important. How you solve it, how you fix it, it's just a matter of adjusting your shutter speed. It's just adjusting your frame rate on the camera settings. There are two parts of it. I'll tell it to you on the actual demo. Okay, so let's move forward. So yeah, if on your Nikon camera, you will be able to see it here. 50 frames per second, 1920 by 1080p. So either you crank down your frame rate to 30 frames per second in order for you to use the 60 frames per second frame rate and the capture. Okay? Take a look at this. So, summary settings, okay, we've learned white balance, ISO, aperture, shutter speed, frame rate, and most of all, when you are shooting, you have to mind your exposure. I don't shoot with my histogram off. It's always on. On my camera, I always turn on my histogram. Because if it's too bright outside, especially for outdoor shooting, you will not be able to recognize when your capture is overcasted or lower exposed. It's either underexposed or highly exposed. You will never be able to identify because sometimes it's too bright. So I always turn on my histogram. Yes. Why? This part here, which I placed yellow, okay? I normally, when I do some post, I normally don't go beyond this yellow line. When you take the shots, I would highly suggest and I would highly advise not to go beyond this yellow line because if you're doing post, you still have the ability to pull it up a little more. Unlike if it is overexposed on the edit, I know videographers knows about this. When you do the edit, when you pull it down, it's a little difficult when it's too much exposed. Okay? So you have to be aware about this. For the videographers and the photographers who are going to do this, you have to take care of it. Okay. So normally, when we try to crank down our exposure when it's too bright, we use some sunscreen, okay, diffusers, but the most famous is ND filter. Yes, I have lots of it, by the way, because I normally shoot outdoors. There's a lot of it. The polarized ND filters, there's so many, depending on the use and applicability. Okay, so when you are using a Nikon camera, and even other kinds of camera, shoot on flat. Okay? Shoot on flat. It's because there's so many ways to edit it on post if you do it on flat. Okay? Flat is the best format that you can use when it comes to color profile. Shoot on flat. Shoot on flat. Okay? So, there are so many other skills that you need to understand. Okay, that is just the settings of the camera. We need to do the composition, the angles and movements, which is also important when it comes to videography because photographers, you guys know how to do it. But videography is a little different when it comes to discipline. So, stabilization is the most important thing. I'm happy that I was seeing a gimbal running around. It's a really good discipline. And a tripod also, like what he's doing, because doing it by hand will definitely, you will be exhausted. You will be exhausted. Even on a gimbal, it's really, really important because you will shake your hands later on. Come again? Oh. Okay. But on weddings here, do they allow different videographers at the same time? Oh, I see. It's quite different. Really? So it's a feud. It's a competition now. But yeah, yeah. Yes. So see, it's a matter of there are actually, because when we do shoot some weddings, it's the minimalistic way because it's the best way, the minimal way. Normally, when we do shoot outdoor on weddings, on any kind of, as much as possible, there should be less shooters because it tends to block people. You guys will be blocking each other later on. So you have, I'll tell you why later on, okay? We use comms. We use intercoms when we shoot. So we have codes of how not to interfere with the photographers and videographers. I'll tell it to you why. I'll show you some good examples of that, okay? So let's go back to the composition. Normally, in the composition, we follow the most famous photography rules, which is the golden ratio, the divine proportion, or the rule of thirds. We call it the rule of thirds, okay? The depth of field, of course, is there, okay? Balance and symmetry, the eye level framing on videography, okay? Leading lines, of course, and the deep space composition. I'll show it to you. These are actual shots, okay? Before that, these are, if you can see on the left side, this is the grid lines of a Nikon camera, right? You can see this famously on the Nikon, okay? If you plot it this way, okay, it actually follows the Fibonacci rule, okay? Or the golden ratio. We call it the golden ratio because our eyes, without knowing it, we are accustomed to that level of interpretation. It's already embedded to us scientifically. You know why? It's because it's within us. It's within us. Even the swirl of the galaxy, it's based on Fibonacci standard, right? And no one knows about this, but scientifically we are accustomed to that since birth. That's the reason why even our hair, when we are kids, we can see that Fibonacci, that's the Fibonacci space, okay? So, on camera, it's being plotted this way for you to compose your shots. They are saying, the experts are saying, rule of thirds is easier to use, which is the red lines, okay? The red lines, it's the rule of thirds, okay? But the golden ratio adds dynamism to your shots or to your capture, okay? So that golden, I'll just move the, okay, put it here. So to emphasize movement, on videography, these compositions are widely used. So I'll tell you why, okay? So, you see this? This is taken by one of my videographers. See that shots, that tight shots? It actually follows the Fibonacci space or composition. See, this is, normally we put the eyes in here to compose it based on the Fibonacci or the golden rule, okay? So, that is the sequence. And then, of course, for the camera angle, sorry. That is the Fibonacci and the rule of thirds, okay? They are near to each other, as we say. If you take a look, I am in between the yellow line and the rule of thirds. Because this is on video, by the way. I'll tell you to you why, okay? So, okay, there's a depth of field also, which you already know, the balance and symmetry, the eye level framing, the leading lines, and the deep space. Camera angles. Camera angles are very, very important also for you to compose because this will be mixed up later on, okay? This way, there is a worm's eye view, the medium worm eye view, the eye level, the bird's eye view, the over-the-shoulder shot, or OSS, and the Dutch angle. Okay, what are these shots? Okay, let me show you. Normally, this is the behind-the-scene shot. Okay, this is the behind-the-scene. And this is the actual shot. Okay, this is the actual shot of a worm's eye view. But this will be moving. Later on, I'll show you a video, the finished product of it. And this is medium worm shot. Okay, it's this way. It's shown this way. Okay, and the eye level, which is, this is the camera, the 7200 mm shot in front, eye level. Okay, and this is the shot. Okay, so the other one is the bird's eye shot, which is this shot. Normally, you elevate your gimbal and then shoot it that way. Okay, and the over the shoulder, which is, this is the behind the scene, and this. Okay, so what is the Dutch angle? In videography, on filmmaking, this is very, very useful because it tends to break the eyes. This is the Dutch angle. Normally, we twist POV, our shot. This is very widely common. You set the POV of the gimbal and shot it this way, and then do it again the other way. See? That is a Dutch angle. But make it on 45 degrees only. There's a rule of that. There's a rule on how you execute that. Make it 45 degrees only. Don't go beyond that. Because trained eyes can see it. Trained eyes, trained people can see it. They will say, this is an epic failure. Normal. Yes. It is a Dutch angle shot. Okay, I'll show you some camera movements also. It's okay. So, on camera movements, there is a zoom, which we don't normally use when it comes to DSLR or mirrorless camera, because our zoom is manual. Unless there is a motor on our zoom lenses, then we can do zooming. Okay? There's a pan, tilt, dolly, pedestal, parallax. You know what parallax is? Okay, I'll tell it to you. And the POV. On videography, these are the shots, the camera movements that you guys need to adapt. Okay, what is it? Okay. On a dolly, normally, the camera doesn't zoom. Okay? The camera moves. Like what he does a while ago. This is dolly. That's dolly in, that's dolly out. Okay? So, pedestal. What is a pedestal shot? Because this terminology is very, very useful, because if you have a client, I want a pedestal shot of this wedding couple. Then what you say? What is a pedestal shot? Pedestal shot is from top to bottom, up, down, and vice versa. That is a pedestal shot. These terminologies are widely used in production, by the way. I didn't invent this. Come again? The pedestal fan, like a pedestal fan, yes. Normally, there are terminologies internationally used between clients. And you people has to know this, especially when you have international clients. You go, if you happen to shoot in Dubai, because Dubai is the melting pot of so many nationalities. And we use common terminologies. There's a lot of it. So these are just some of it for the basics, okay? So when you say parallax, what is parallax? When your client says, I want the parallax shot of the couple, parallax shot, what is it? I'll get my mobile and take a look, search in Google. You cannot do that in front of your client. So parallax is the movement of the gimbal taking that shot from left to right or vice versa without moving the sides. Okay? That is a parallax shot. Only the background is moving. Okay? The background, when you move, the background will move, right? But yet, the subject won't move. Right? Something like this. That is a parallax shot. Okay? So the parallax means that the background is moving in perspective. Okay? So, this is a POV. POV in the sense that you are experiencing the visuals of the person doing the act. Yes, yes. So those are the camera movements. I'll check. Do you have an audio now? Excuse me. Do you have the audio now? Let's just play the video out of it. Okay. It's connected. Yeah, it's connected. So let me play this video. Oh, there's none. No. So that is the video, the final edit of those movements. So you feel some shots, different shots. Okay, let me repeat that for you to remember what we said a while ago. Audio is engaging, right? Imagine watching that video without any audio. It's nothing. No interest at all. You will not spend a second out of it. So let's see it. Based on, because all those shots are based on the culture, the approach, the look and feel of what the videographer want to interpret as a project, okay, of what to show as a project. It's always the editor and the videographer has to do this as a team. Normally, in my team, I allocate a different person for shooting and a different person for editing, because it's very important not to overload the shooter. If you do the shots, you will do the edit later on, you will never sleep for 2 days, like, especially for big events. It will make you tired. It will definitely make you sleep less. Okay, so audio. In audio, we use wireless microphones. Okay. To have that engaging experience, you have to use wireless microphones. Normally, it's concealed. When we do the setup, especially for weddings, when the groom speaks, when the bride speaks, normally we hide those microphones somewhere. And there are, I don't know if you guys know Haleland. Haleland has now this like a button-shaped kind of microphone that you simply put as a magnet somewhere on the collar, and you will never ever see it, that it's installed in the body of a person. Okay, and boom mics also, but boom mics is a little bit difficult and heavy to set up. So normally nowadays it's all about wireless microphones. Yes, because it's very, very convenient. So lighting. Lighting is one of the most important consideration that you have to consider here when you do videography, because good lighting, like photography, what do you capture when it comes to photography?
In what time we can go for a practical demo?
Maybe in 20 minutes. In 20, yeah. Okay. So good lighting, okay, does matter. Shooting an outdoor, I think most of you guys knows this already, okay? Yes, yes. Okay? Keep camera, the subject on the same lighting condition. It's very, very important. And if it's dark, open the curtain when you are inside. Go through the ambient lighting. It's very, very practical for people because sometimes you shoot without the light, like what he's doing now. So you tend to use the ambient lights that we have available. Okay? This is the shot. I took this when I had a project in Global Village. Okay? I was one of the videographers at that time. And he is the CEO of IMAR, the biggest construction company in Dubai. And I was shooting and the guy immediately told me that, okay, we need to get a shot as a photographer. So I immediately switched my Nikon Z6 into photography mode. Because I am a hybrid shooter, I know exactly what to do. Without a light, without a flash, because I was shooting a video at that time. So I know what to do. Even he was the CEO of the biggest company. I told them, can you please come here closer to the light? Because it was too dark. And that is one of the most highly paid shots in, in Global Village because I was the only one who captured this. That one. That is, by the way, straight out of the camera. It's not edited. I was using a 1430 lens. 1430. Nikon 1430 f4. Yes. Imagine that. So when you know how to play around with your camera, the camera should be like, you know the movie Avatar, that you have to connect yourself into that, the horse, in order for you to be one with it. It's like the concept is that way. Okay? You really need to know when there is a change, radical change when it comes to settings, you should know how to play around with your camera. Okay, so we are nearly done. Okay? Live stream equipment. What do we use? Practically, in big events, we use stable equipment. Okay? Tested, stable, that because most of the events that I do, they are highly paid. They are highly paid events. Okay? I'll show you why. Okay. These are the system that I use. I use Nikon cameras because they are stable. Not because we brought Nikon here. That's not the one. Because I've been using Sony Handycams. I used PXW F70. I've used it a lot. But the problem with that, sometimes the color tends to degrade along the time. Along the way, and then, I'm not saying the Sony is bad. I used Canon also. I've been a user of 1DX Mark II. I have the Trinity lens of 1DX Mark II. I have 2 sets of that because I use it for business. But it's too heavy. I build my muscle out of that, of those cameras. It's too heavy. The 1DX Mark II is a heavy, very heavy camera. Put it in a 70-200 lens, 2.8, it becomes a dumbbell. I use one of the most tested device that I use. As I said a while ago, we communicate with each other. All the shooters, when it comes to videography and photography, we communicate constantly. Okay? Not to interfere with each other. We use intercoms like this. Everyone has an intercom because if you lose constant communication with each other, you tend to be haywire. You're like people who are like running around from different place to another. Communication is very, very important. Okay? This is a tally light. I use this also in order for the cameraman to know if he is live or on a standby. Like on professional broadcasting, there is a triax cable connected to the big cameras, and then you can see the lights turns red and turns off. Now it turns green because it's an advanced technology and it's wireless. You can simply put it on top of the camera and that's it. So we also use tripods, of course, the lights. And gimbal is very, very important. And these are the equipment that I use for live stream from the back end side. The production switcher, of course, a monitor is very important separately. And then the YOLO Box Pro, I've been using it for quite some time, since 2018. It's been serving me really well. I'm not promoting that, by the way. I'm just saying that it's practical for me to use because I've been using that for quite some time. Okay? And port keys monitors, small ones for the camera, because the mirrorless camera has small display. Sometimes you couldn't see it if it's on focus or not, if it's sharply focused or it's slightly defocused. We use an additional monitor. I'll show it to you later. Okay, this is me directing one of the biggest event in World Trade Center. We call it the Independence Day of the Philippines. And because there's so many people, there's 40,000 footfalls in that event. Imagine that, 40,000 people coming in and out. So the people already invaded our space. People are already behind the control room because there's so much people in there. So this is me down here doing some directing and helping those people, the cameramen. If you see, we have on comms because it's very noisy, especially on a big crowded area. It's very, very noisy. You couldn't hear each other speaking. So you tend to shout. So it's difficult. So we need to have it with us. Okay? See the people behind? It's a long queue of people in one room. There's so many people out there. You see? This is the cameraman we have. It's wireless. We are using Nikon Z8 at that time. It has the tally lights, by the way. We have the intercom, we have the tally lights, and we know when we are on live. That cameraman knows if he is on live because the light cues him. When we say cue, it means that when it turns red, I know that I am on live. Like this, see? There is a camera. He is not on live here because it doesn't lit, right? So this one is on live because it turned red. Okay, there's so many people on that. So they are here also. And you see there's several. I used in the setup here, it is a 7-camera setup. Okay, 3 gimbals and 4 fixed cameras. So because we were using highly stable wireless connectivity, so our gimbals are wireless and can roam around wherever they go, connected to the main frame of the system. Okay? So the wireless connectivity is very important because it serves a lot when it comes to shots. Okay? So these are the people of 40,000 footfall, as I say. It's a huge number of people from start to back. Right? So when we do the setup, now we are nearly on the actual demo of our shots. When you do the actual setup, it looks very, very simple. This is a 3-camera setup we're going to do now. We will do a simulation of interview. Like people, I will set up the camera here and 1 gimbal wirelessly. So we'll be able to see how camera works is done, how directing is done. Okay? So this is the setup. 3 cameras going into the input of the production switcher. Okay? 1 laptop. We will do some green screen simulation later on, like a weather report or a news reporting. We will do it later. Okay? 1 of the camera will be connected wirelessly. We'll put a monitor and we will put it live using YOLO Box Pro. Or we can also use that one. Right? So, and another monitor here for the control, which is I'm already using it here. Okay. So, for the meantime, I think we I don't know, do we have to take a break for the meantime while setting up the cameras and the equipment? I think while we are setting up,
Hello?
let's take a break for a while. Thank you very much.
आपके जहन में कोई सवाल है तो आप थोड़ी देर में पूछ सकते हैं.
Microphone? I think they didn't hear you. Zubair, are you in the room? Hi. Zubair, bye. Can we set up the cameras? Yes. Let's while you guys are on break, we will set up the camera. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Question answers session.
Yeah. We can do question and answers first. Actually, the question and answers are later on during
बशर भाई आए, बशर भाई आए. आप कोई सवाल पूछना चाह रहे हैं तो पूछ लें, बशर भाई ट्रांसलेट कर देंगे और एडी साहब जवाब दे देंगे, आपको उर्दू में भी बता देंगे. आए सर.
अच्छा बात कर लेते हैं हम भी थोड़ी सी. अच्छा वैसे एक क्वेश्चन है. अजय लोगे माशाल्लाह. एक मैं बताता हूँ, एक ना जैसे आप लोगों को पता है स्कूल डेवलप कैसे हुआ था, कि आप लोगों की एफर्ट ही थी कि सारे आते थे कि भाई कुछ होना चाहिए, तो एक सेंट्रल रीजन में काम हुआ और ये स्कूल डेवलप हो गया और आज तक ये वर्ल्ड वाइड काम कर रहा है निकॉन स्कूल. अब ये मोटिव आया वर्ल्ड वाइड के यार हम जो यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ के इस कंट्रीज़ में ट्यूटर क्यों आते हैं, और वो तो ऑलरेडी बड़े एक नॉलेज होती है, हर चीज़ होता है. सर मसला ये होता है कि ये क्यों डेवलप कंपनी भेजती है, इस पर भी एक्सपेंस हो रहा होता है, आ रही होती है. सिर्फ ये हो रहा होता है कि जो फ्यूचर टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट होती हैं ना, ये बेसिकली कल के सेशन ब्रॉडकास्ट टीवी चैनल्स के लिए हैं. तो मकसद ये होता है जो बेसिक लेवल चीज़ें सबको पता होती है, शायद हमें 20-25% वो चीज़ मिल जाए जो फ्यूचर में हमारी यूज़ होनी होती है. ऐसा तो मेरा बिलीव है कि इंशाल्लाह ताला अब जो हमारा इंशाल्लाह ताला अहमद भाई से डिस्कस भी था, वो लॉन्ग सेशन जो डिसकंटिन्यू हुए थे वो लॉन्ग लास्टिंग करेंगे. नंबर 1, हम वो रिपीटिंग का चीज़ नहीं करेंगे जो ऑलरेडी डेवलप्ड है, हम वो ज़्यादा चीज़ें करेंगे जो डेवलपिंग में आएंगी. जैसे ब्रॉडकास्टिंग कैसे है, वीडियो प्रोडक्शंस में कैसे जाना है, टीवी शूटिंग्स कैसे करनी है. तो हमने पूरे का पूरा एक मॉड्यूल डेवलप किया अभी कराची में. वो पूरे का पूरा वेब 1 मैन शो वीडियो प्रोडक्शन आपने कैसे चलाना है. तो इंशाल्लाह ताला कराची से हमने डायरेक्टर्स 2-3 सेलेक्ट किए हुए, लाहौर के इंशाल्लाह ताला वो आएंगे. पूरा आर्टिफिशियल स्टूडियो क्रिएट करते हैं, वो हमारे पास पूरी चीज़ें रेडी हैं, बस वो सेटअप करने के लिए और चीज़ों के लिए करना है. तो पूरी एक बस आएगी, जैसे आपका टीवी शूट जाता है ना, कुछ भी नहीं होगा, एम्प्टी स्पेस होगी, छत हो सकती है, कोई जगह होगी, सिलेक्टिव लोग आएंगे, उसका ट्रायल टेस्ट होगा, 20 लोग सिलेक्ट करेंगे, एम्प्टी स्पेस जाएंगे, उसको पूरा टीवी शूट करेंगे 8 आवर्स का. तो इंशाल्लाह ताला जो जो नीड्स बनेंगी इंशाल्लाह ताला वो करेंगे सारा. बस ये होता है हमारी 2 कमिटमेंट अब फ्यूचर में. उसमें जब लास्ट टाइम ना मैं आपको बताता हूँ 5 कराची में सेशन हमने किया 2 डेज़ का, उसमें 5 कंट्रीज़ के आए थे, शायद आपने पोस्ट देखी हो, 5 कंट्रीज़ के डिफरेंट फोटोग्राफर्स आए थे, वीडियोग्राफर्स, और वो उन्होंने हर कंट्री में गए थे ये डेवलप करने मॉड्यूल के भाई लर्निंग है, लोगों का सोच क्या है, लर्निंग कैमरा. तो उसने कहा यार पाकिस्तानी कौम इतनी क्रिएटिव है, ये बच्चा तो हर एक को कंसेप्ट देने ही नहीं पड़ रहा.
जी जी.
इतना हैरान रहो भाई, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, यकीन माने रात को मीटिंग बैठे वो परेशान हो गए. उन्होंने कहा पाकिस्तानी तो बड़े चातर हैं, वो अपने वर्ड्स में बता रहा था, लेकिन मैं आपको अपने बड़े रिलैक्स. उसने कहा यार इतनी ज़बरदस्त हैं, हमें बताने ही नहीं पड़ रहा, इन्हें थोड़ी सी चीज़ पकड़ाते हैं, ये तो भाई खुद ही शूटिंग शुरू हो जाती, इतनी तेज़ कौम है. तो फिर मैंने कहा इसको, मैंने कहा यार ये आपने एक्सप्लेन करना है नाइट मॉर्निंग में। उसने कहा यार देखो मैं ना इतने कंट्रीज से आया हूँ, मैं अब कतर जा रहा हूँ, ये मेरे सारे प्रूफ हैं कि मैं आया हूँ, और मैं सिंगापुर में रहता हूँ डेवलप कंट्री में। आप लोगों के लिए क्लैपिंग मैं करना चाहता हूँ कि माशाल्लाह अल्लाह ताला ने आपको बड़ा क्रिएटिव माइंड बनाया, इसको यूज़ करें। तो फिर दूसरा उसने कहा, उसने फिर मैंने पूछा कि सर हमें क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं। उसने इतनी बड़ी बात की, उसने कहा यार आप लोग ना बस प्रोफेशनल नहीं है,
सही
कहते प्रोफेशनल हैं। उसने पूछा बड़ा क्वेश्चन पहले, उसने कहा आप में से प्रोफेशनलिज्म प्रोफेशनल फोटोग्राफर्स कौन है? सबने हाथ खड़े किए, भाई मैं तो कैमरा भी है, पेजेस भी। उसने बड़ा बैकग्राउंड बनाई, पेजेस किसके हैं, यूट्यूब चैनल किसका है, किसने कंपनी रजिस्टर करवाई हुई है। मैंने कहा टैक्सेशन को वो नहीं करवाई, बाकी सब। उसने कहा देखो यार मैं आप लोगों को बड़ा रिस्पेक्ट देता हूँ, आप लोगों में प्रोफेशनलिज्म नहीं है। सेशन का टाइम 11:30 था, तो मैं 11 बजे आया, तो इससे पता चल रहा है आप कस्टमर्स को क्या डील करते होंगे। तो ऐसे उसने पॉइंट्स बना के पूरी स्लाइड प्रेजेंट की। तो उसने कहा यार आप लोग इस साइड पे ना काम करें, इस साइड पे काम करने की ज़रूरत है। तो अच्छा हो गया, आप लोगों से ये सीखने को मौका मिला। ये हमने मॉड्यूल ऐड कर लिया है, ब्रांड योरसेल्फ। तो इंशाल्लाह ताला वो भी करेंगे कि ब्रांड योरसेल्फ कैसे, कि बिजनेस लेना क्या। और हम लोग समझ रहे होते हैं मार्केट में काम नहीं है, उसने प्रूव किया कि पाकिस्तान बड़ी जैसी कंट्रीज ऐसा बिजनेस है, लेकिन आप लोगों से एक्सप्लोर नहीं हो रहा। बड़े बड़े ब्रांड्स आके काम करना चाह रहे हैं। हम समझ रहे हैं कि यार शिफ्टों पे लगा के गुजारा करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है। अगर कंपनी का कोई बंदा बाहर से आ रहा है तो उनका क्या थॉट प्रोसेस से उन्होंने भेजा होगा, ठीक है। तो भाई इस वजह से सारे डिटरमेंट हैं। तो इंशाल्लाह ताला हम भी साथ हैं, तो आप लोगों ने भी साथ मिलके डिटर्मिनेशन करना है, तो हमारा साथ दें इंशाल्लाह ताला बढ़ चढ़ के काम करेंगे।
मौके का फ़ायदा उठाते हुए मैं दोस्त बैठे हुए मैं एक चीज़ ऐड करना चाह रहा था। हमने एक प्रपोजल की थी कि आप एक हमारा स्कूल एक बनाए यहाँ पे, आपको शायद याद हो जी। उसमें थोड़ी सी वर्किंग हुई थी। मैं ये प्रपोज कर रहा हूँ, वाकई सही बात है, फैसलाबाद में प्रोफेशनल एनवायरनमेंट कम है। अगर आप लाहौर और फैसलाबाद का कंपैरिजन करें तो हम लोग बहुत पीछे हैं, ठीक है जी। तो मैं यही चाह रहा था कि हमें कोई ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट कैसा बना दें यहाँ पे कि कंटिन्यूसली कोई, ये तो जरा फॉर्मल सेशन है,
ये रिकॉर्ड हो रही है बात,
हाँ जी,
ठीक है।
ये फॉर्मल सेशन
अब
है,
मैं अब आपको
informal
बता रहा
नहीं
हूँ इनफॉर्मल, अब रिकॉर्ड हो रही है बात। ये भाईजान लाइव दिखा रहे हैं, उन्होंने कहना कार्ड भी दें सेशन में।
नहीं।
अच्छा देखें, हम रेडी हैं। आप में से कौन कौन रेडी है अपनी एक्सपर्टीज शेयर करने?
हम इनको
ये
रेडी
बताएं।
कर रहे हैं जी, हम तो तैयार कर रहे हैं
नहीं
इनको।
देखिए मैं,
हाँ जी,
देखिए मैं नाम बार बार उनसे दोस्ती थोड़ी ज्यादा। देखिए राहु भाई के पास एक अपनी एक्सपर्टीज है, सर अपना टूल लेके आए हैं, मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई
जी जी।
सारे एक आप लोग लिस्ट बनाएं कि आप लोगों के अपने रिसोर्सेज। राशिद भाई ने बड़ी अच्छी बात की, राशिद भाई ने कहा यार हमारे पास अपने बड़े पंजाबी
18-19 लोग काम कर रहे हैं जी यहाँ पे, ये लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग का। लेकिन देखें यहाँ आए कितने, इनको इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है।
सर मैं वही कहता हूँ, आप लोग ना मिलके देखें, सब मिलके देखें, इसमें सबका भला होगा।
जी जी।
इंडस्ट्री चलेगी सबका फायदा, इंडस्ट्री नहीं चलेगी तो किसी का भी कोई फायदा नहीं। अब दुनिया है इकोसिस्टम, 360 पे सारे काम करेंगे, सारे चलेंगे इंशाल्लाह ताला। जो नियत से काम करेगा अल्लाह ताला उसको ग्रो करेगा। डन। अब मेरा सिर्फ रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे, ये आप एक जिम्मेदारी लें, आप हमारी तरफ से हर चीज की मैनेजमेंट हमारी होगी, ठीक हो गया। आप देखें कि आपके पास कौन कौन से रिसोर्सेबल हैं, वो नियत से काम करना चाहें। ठीक भाई देखें, रो भाई वेडिंग के बंदे, आप लिखें कि रो भाई अपनी आपने 1 महीने में CSR को खिदमत खल्क देनी है, डिलीवर करना है, देना आपने। इसने कितना निकॉन को मंजन बेचा अभी तक? बेचा कोई? इसने कोई निकॉन को बेचा? ट्विटर ने आया
वो कह रहे हैं कि निकॉन को तो उन्होंने प्रमोट नहीं किया ना, वो सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं।
मकसद शुरू से हमारा मोटिव है, जो टॉपिक पे आया है वो उसकी 100% अपनी ग्रिप है।
बिल्कुल सही।
आप अपने दिल पे खुद रखें, किसी के पास कैमरा हो ना हो, अदर ब्रांड वाले भी बैठे हैं, कभी रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगाई ना लगाते हैं। तो इसीलिए आप लोग एक लिस्ट बनाएं, कसवत भाई बनाएं, अहमद भाई बनाएं, लोकल एक्सपर्टीज किस किस की है। राशिद भाई आप करें लिस्ट बना के, यार ये बंदा ये कर सकता है
यार, इसका देखें बैठ।
अच्छा उसकी लिस्ट बना लें, इंशाल्लाह ताला हम उसके लिए हाजिर हैं। देखिए दोनों तरफ से काम होगा तो काम होगा। देखिए हमारी तरफ से जब प्रेशर होता है हम आ जाते हैं। मैंने आपको बताया कि ये सेशन कल का था, मैंने इनसे बड़ी रिक्वेस्ट की कल। मैंने कहा सर थोड़ा सा ऐसा करते हैं, स्मॉल सेशन कर लेते हैं, लेकिन आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है फैसलाबाद को भी स्मॉल ना लें, लेकिन एक्टिविटी हो जाए। अहमद भाई ने कहा यार मैं कर सकता हूँ। मैंने कहा चले हम सारी चीज़ें रेडी हैं, आप बस ये मैनेज करवा दें। जब यहाँ की लोकल चीज़ ज़्यादा करेगी ना तो ये बहुत बड़ा सिटी और बहुत ज़्यादा वर्कआउट हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह। तो तैयार कौन कौन है? ठीक है, सारी अपनी एक्सपर्टीज एक बंदे के जिम्मेदार करवाएं कि यार मैं ये डिलीवर कर सकता हूँ, नहीं कर सकता अटेंड करें कि यार मुझे लगता है ये फलाना फोटोग्राफर बड़ा अच्छा काम कर रहा है, तो हम उसका मीटअप रख सकते हैं। उसमें हम रेस से, देखिए बड़ापन वही होता है, हम रेस से निकल जाएं। फर्ज करें ABC फोटोग्राफर बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है, ट्रेंडिंग, उससे कि भाई आज हमारे एक फोटोग्राफर है, आप अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कर लो, आओ चाय पैट बेचते हैं। कोई छोटा बड़ा नहीं होता। हम एज ब्रांड होते हुए मैं बताता हूँ बहुत ज़्यादा अदर ब्रांड्स को स्टेज पे बुलाते हैं। लास्ट टाइम फैसलाबाद में इवेंट हुआ, हमारे बहुत बड़े वो हैं समुद्री के फोटोग्राफर हैं, वो अदर ब्रांड यूज़र हैं, ऐसा है कि नहीं?
जी जी।
पैनल पे आते रहे, कभी मैंने आपको मना किया सर ये तो अदर, कभी डिस्कस नहीं हुआ, तो कैसे हो पॉसिबल है? तो इंशाल्लाह ताला नियत से करें, इस पे काम करते हैं।
थैंक यू वेरी मच जी। सर रेडी हो गया आपका? Eddie, are you ready?
We are just setting up the system.
Let's start it quickly, sir. This is,
Are we?
we are getting short of time. Don't know?
Okay, let's put it this way.
This one is on.
So,
The other camera is on the schedule.
okay, let's assign it to 3. The
You
other
may
camera
have now.
is-
Time.
Oh, really? This one, we have a lot more to cover actually on the demo.
Could you please tell me how many time?
So I think around an hour more.
An hour?
An hour, yes.
1 hour?
Yeah, yeah. Or we can, let's make it 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
30
Okay, 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, I just need the other cable. Which one is this?
This one. Can
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah.
out from it?
Yes. Okay. Let's do this quickly. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
15-minute demo,
Yeah.
then food, then after that. Okay?
Oh, then we continue?
Yeah, yeah.
We continue with the demo?
Yeah, yeah. 15 minutes.
15 minutes demo and then we continue with the...
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The other camera isn't working. I think it's the cable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The settings is correct. it's a cable that seems to be. Yeah, I know. It's on this side here. Yes. Now it's the ISO actually. So focus. Okay. Then ISO has to go down a little bit. I have to crank up the. Yeah. 2.2. Okay. It would be good if we can set up the wireless camera, so because the movement has to be simulated. Where I think we are having issue with the cable of this. Do you have another cable? Hang on, hang on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, camera 4. Yeah. Okay.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine now, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just
Yes,
laptop settings.
it's the routing.
The cable was
Then
fine.
yeah, the cable was fine. Yes, it's the routing of the because I am using a different preset. Okay.
It's a 4 aperture lens, sir.
This is a kit lens. It's
lens?
yeah, but it's
28 to
400. Yes.
And F is
The
4
thing
to
is
8.
the aperture goes.
Aperture 4 to 8.
Do you have the gimbal?
Web gimbal.
Anyway, we can have it handheld. It's okay. 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 So this is the first camera. Okay. This is the second camera. Okay. So we can simulate a like a discussion as a talk show. Okay. This is a little flimsy. Oh. How can we lock this tripod? We don't know. So the other one has to be here. Where is the third camera? The third camera, yes. Or we can use any other camera that are available. Do you have the battery for? Yeah, yeah. The battery for the Halalan? Yes, please. Yeah, yeah, sure. We can use this. You have the battery for the NP battery? Oh, yes, that's amazing. This is for the receive. This is a transmitter. Okay. Yeah, hold it. Yeah, okay. Okay. Then we have to put some cable. I have some cable here. Oh, wait. Turn it off first. Off first. There's no antenna. Okay. Okay. Here we can. I'll get this one. I'll put. Okay. We have the cable here. I have. Yeah, good thing I brought something. Good thing I brought something. Just for the demo. Is it connected? Uh, Channel E. No, it's good. 4K 25. Yeah, yeah, they have to. Yeah. No, I think there is. It's a wireless. I think it's not correct. That's not the. It should be this one. Hang on, let me just. That's a problem when. Yeah, got it. Done. So. Oh, we could have placed it here on a gimbal, but anyway, no gimbal for now. Okay. So, sir, if it's all right, will simulate as if you guys are doing some interview discussion. Okay. So normally, no, you have to be in the middle, move a little bit. Yeah, yeah. That's it. As if you guys are looking at each other. I will assign this camera to him. The tripod isn't locking. I don't know why. No, it's not locking. It's I couldn't find the. Hang on. Okay. Let's assume that this is the shot for your good name again, sir. Abdul Samad. Okay. And this you are doing the interview, okay? So normally, okay, let's preview the other camera. Okay, so, okay. So normally, if this is on a gimbal, this will be doing the establishing shot, okay? Let's put it on a. Okay. Normally, the middle camera, if this is a multicam setup, does the middle shot like this. Hang on, let me check the white balance because it's off the scale. See, the white balance is in Kelvin. So let's do it like this. Let's do it properly. So, okay, the color profile is on. See the color profile, it's on. It's changing, right? See. It's normally the two shot on a talk show, okay, normally it goes from left to right. I normally use a gimbal, but because we are off the time limit, normally this movement do the parallax shot, okay. From here, if they are talking to each other, we do the parallax shot like this, and then keep moving side to side. And then, let's say, can you do the shot side to side, please? And normally when you speak as the host of the show, okay, when you speak, we establish the shot like this, okay. Can you make it proper, the shot, okay? Look at the, okay, can you move side to side, please? Okay, the parallax shot. Yeah. And then you start speaking. I'll take a dissolve cue. So you speak to each other. And then I'll cut back to the wide shot. And then when he starts speaking, oh, the camera is on the others. The problem with this tripod is it's not locking. I don't know why. Can anyone hold this? For the means, yeah. So the shot would be like this. Okay. Okay. Let's put it closer. That's it. Sorry about the tripod. It's a little bit fuzzy. Okay. But just to simulate the actions. Okay. When he starts speaking, normally you will hear how they speak, right? So can you pan a little bit? Let's say you guys are talking to each other. Can you guys look at each other? Yeah, okay. Look at each other, and then when the guest speaks, then suddenly you have to cut it like that. So, see, in directing, you have to do the timing. Timing is crucial because remember what I said a while ago, we don't need to edit this. So the timing is very crucial. In a live broadcasting, there's no take two. There's no take two. If it is a multicam setup, normally we have our indicators, which one is live, and which camera is on standby. The next shot, it turns green on a tally. So if I do it like this, I'll go to the wide shot right now, right? Like this. If it is the live shot, it will turn red. And this camera to our guest will turn green. Same way, if I place it like this, it will turn green, this camera, if there is a tally light on it, and you know that you will be on the next shot. In directing, yes, in directing, host also knows, because this is pre-planned, yes, where he will looking at. Let's say if he wants to converse to the audience, if he wants to say something to the audience, he knows that this camera is the one capturing him. And when you do the directing, also consider the way when you will see it on the preview, when he starts inhaling, it means that he's going to speak, right? Normally in a discussion, you have to read these body languages because it's very important when on a talk show, you'll get used to it. As you keep doing it, you'll get used to it. A multicam setup is a very, very important when it comes to this kind of conversational setup, even on a show. The different show, live show is a different scale. But if you guys can work on something like this as a start, it would be great. It would be great. Okay, I'd like to do the green screen feature because this is very, very good. Do we still have time or? Okay, can we set up the green screen? Just for, yeah. We put the green screen here. Okay, okay. For the, you can put the camera down. So we'll use this camera, right? We'll use this camera, the one which is broadcasting now, as the source of the camera. A source camera for the green screen, okay? I'll use the PPT. I'll use the laptop, the other laptop. We use it. We put it here. Okay, I'll remove the gimbal and put the PPT as input 4. Yeah, do you have a PPT here? Okay. Yeah, yeah, it will be recognized by, I'll give you the slides. I have sample slides. Have you done green screen? Have you done this before? In a dynamic way? But this is very fascinating, guys. This is something that you should try. This one, right? Just drag the file. This one. This is really fascinating. You will see it. Okay, can you? Okay. I just need some light here. Can we project light here? Because it's gonna be. Can you zoom in for on this green screen? We need some light in order for it to flatten the. Yeah, yes, that's it. Not too much. Nope, nope. I think that's too bright. Oh, because we have to flatten the screen. Do you have some scotch tape? Yes, please. This side. Here. That down here, down here. Yeah. Perfect. And this side also. Okay. Somehow this might work, or can we do? Can we have another one, please? Do you have the tripod? The stand for the light. Yes, yes. So you won't be you won't be holding this. How much more time do we have? I will, I will. Okay. Loosen. Can you lose it? This side here. Loosen. Can you lose it? Yeah, that's so you have to do it like this. See? Okay. Only one? Only one light? Yes. Because the green screen background has to be well lighted. It's very important to flatten the surface. Anyway, can we try someone to stand here? Let's just have a test. Can we have someone, a model maybe? Please, sir. Can you zoom in more? Can you zoom more? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's perfect. Or can you move a little bit forward? Yeah, yeah, move forward. Yeah, that's it. Move forward, please. That's it. Move forward. No, no, forward, forward. Come closer. That's it. Here, this side here. Uh-huh. No, the green screen is too tight. Okay, okay. That's it. Let's have that, okay, for the meantime, okay? Okay, what I will do, we will create an upstream on the TV, okay? Find a source, which is camera 1. Okay, then You see this, you guys can see this? Can you guys see this? This is the chroma sample we want to get. If this is well lighted here on the background, if this is well lighted, because we only have one light as of the moment, so I get the darker side a little bit, this one, on that space. Now we are sampling the source, because this is the camera, and we are sampling it here. So when I click, see, see, it's removing the background, but we have not yet assigned the background. Okay, how we can do that? We have to wait. Just wait. Okay, just one. Okay. Okay. So where were we? Okay. So we are previewing now, but we have to change the background of. We have to use the other background, which is the camera. Okay. Camera 4 is in here. Okay, and then there's the key one. Okay, if you switch it to the other side, you can see that the background hasn't moved, right? So we have to change it. Okay, that background is on camera 2. This camera 2, we have to put it on a keyer number 2, which is the camera 4. Okay. So we have to go back to the camera. Adjust. Unfortunately, the lighting is a little bit fuzzy. We could the chroma properly. It's a challenge now. But the concept here is supposedly the background should go here as a background. Unfortunately, we don't have that proper lighting here. I couldn't pick it up properly. Okay. Do we have, or we are running out of time? Okay. Yes, yes. Better, yes. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, it's actually, we need to do it properly. But anyway, it seems like we don't have that much of resources as of the moment because the light isn't enough. Okay. But you know the concept, this supposedly here when the person is here, miss, you can take a seat for a while. Okay. The concept here is the person standing should be removed with green screen. It should be the person alone. And then I'd like to show you how it works because here, that PPT should move like this. While he's talking, see that, see? You don't need to use any other kinds of application on Windows or anything because normally people use this. There's a trick that I have created along the way with experiencing some sort of solutions. And I realized we can use PPT as an ordinary, normal device to use as a background. Because let's say a reporter would say, we are offering now new tourist spots in Lahore, and we are showing this kind of images as a news. So instead of doing some complicated applications, you can actually use PPT. Yes. As a graphics, yes, you can use PPT. So it's just a matter of doing it. Okay? See, the background is changing as if you are using a very expensive DVE, a DVE equipment. But actually, it's just coming from PPT. It's just a matter of planning. That is what I'm trying to show you, but the problem here is we are facing a light problem. I couldn't pick it up properly. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope we can meet again. There's a lot of topics I still have. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much.
My last question.
Yeah, okay, I'm open. But by the way, I just need to finish. Give me 5 more minutes because there is one very important there. See, let me just put back my... Please, sir, you can go back. This is almost done. Okay, we have done the, okay, where is the, let me just connect it directly because I'm no longer doing anything. So guys, just to close this topic of the workshop, okay? I think things to keep in mind, the camera settings, especially on a live, okay, it's very important. Communication system, as I said a while ago, it's very important. The lighting consistency, as we say, like what happened here, we couldn't pick the background because of the lighting problem. I hope we can have more lights later on, okay? The camera operator rules are very, very important because they know what to do. This kind of setup is just a simulation, but when you can plan it well, you can pre-plan your shots on an interview or on any kind of event on a multicam setup, it will turn out really epic. It's really good, okay? The audio synchronization is very important, okay? The live switching, as I said a while ago, the strategy of switching from one camera to another, you have to consider that as well, okay? The power supply backup, because normally we run on batteries. Normally when I do live shooting, I rig this into a power supply, the fake battery, the power supply of Nikon. So for 24 hours, it can stay alive, okay? So the cabling safety, actually this is improper because anyway, this is just a demo. But normally when we do shoots, you have to do this properly. Okay, redundancy on recording. You can record if you are using an ISO or isolated recording feature of a production switcher like this one. You can record separate cameras inside for post. You can do that as well. Okay, so tips for directing. You know, when you are doing the directing, stay calm. Don't shout on your cameraman, okay? Be calm, because if you are shouting on the intercom, the cameraman will be scared. The cameraman will be scared about, and then you cannot compose properly, okay? So trust your team, okay? Know the inside and outside of your show or the project that you are doing. And then plan multiple angles and lead with clear communication, okay? Normally, this kind of shot, we count it by codes, okay? We don't say zoom in, zoom out. We plan the shots in different numbers. We say shot 1, shot 2. So the cameraman already knows what shot is going to happen, okay? Okay. This is the picture of way back when I was an engineer and doing the production for a Sky Patrol. We fly over a helicopter. That helicopter has gimbal outside. It's a radome inside, okay? We fly for 2 hours covering so many events, traffic and everything. But because of the evolution of video and technology, it was replaced with this kind. See, you see where I'm hitting. The people didn't update. I don't know where they are now. I don't know what job they are having now, apart from the pilot. Only one pilot was there, and the rest are my assistants. I don't know where they are right now. I lose communication with them. But if you don't update your knowledge, you lose out of, you will be gone in the market. Okay, see, guys, the future is changing. It's totally changing fast. Okay, and you cannot be like this, guys. Guys, you cannot be like this. There is no such thing as one-man army. There's no, you cannot, in a team, if you want to achieve bigger goals, you need to have a team. Okay? This is what happened to SpaceX. See, the SpaceX has this much of people. Remember their lunch? The launching of the SpaceX? That people they have. If Elon Musk doesn't have people like this, they will not be successful. Right? You cannot be like this, as I said a while ago. If you want to have value on the market, you need to build a team. You know those people beside you. You know these people around you. Make a team. That's what I did 7 years ago. That's why my production company is alive now. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Okay, there is a question. See.
We will ask the question after the lunch.
Yeah.
We are feeling audio. What will be the frequency of sound?
Come again?
This studio.
Yeah.
What will be the frequency of sound?
The sound, okay. Normally, the microphones, because we want to treat without latency. When you put it directly, there are 2 options you can get, okay? For the microphone, we don't have the microphone as of the moment. If you have a microphone, you can directly put it directly here. But there are few milliseconds of delay when you put it directly to the production switcher. Might as well put it directly into the camera. And that sound will be embedded into this signal going here in synchronicity with the video.
What is the frequency rate?
Okay. The frequency rate, normally we have a 24-bit. Normally we have 24-bit of, and then 48, you can, yeah. No, dB is depending on how you hear it, because there are different settings in the camera. The input can be a number of 1 to 30 in the Nikon camera. You adjust it. Normally I put it on 10 or 8, depending on the noisiness of the environment. And then adjust it again here on the production switcher, because you can have controls in the mic, in camera, and in the production. You have to balance all those 3 elements accordingly. Okay? So, guys, the future is really changing. Now we have mixed reality like this. We have virtual reality. Okay? We have augmented reality. Okay? And all of this are using camera. Right? All of these things are using camera as a video, not as a photo. Okay? You have to take note of that. If it's a video, then you have a space in the market if you keep updating. Okay? Even the metaverse will be there in the future, down the line. So guys, because as I said a while ago, it's rapidly changing, because The future, the future is video. The future is video. In the industry, it will not be a photo. It will not be a photo. It will be a video. Okay? Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again.
Thank you very much जी for coming. We are quickly going to the हम सॉरी जी मैं उर्दू बोल लेता हूँ. हाँ जी, हम जो ये शील्ड और सर्टिफिकेट जो हैं वो तकसीम करने जा रहे हैं. जो हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, कुछ हमारे डिस्टिंग्विश्ड गेस्ट हैं, तशरीफ़ लाए हैं, उनके लिए. तो सबसे पहले सर्टिफिकेट्स हैं. आदिल भाई हैं, प्लीज़ आदिल भाई तशरीफ़ लाएं. जल्दी जल्दी ज़रा प्लीज़ जी. शबाब भाई हैं, प्लीज़ शबाब भाई प्लीज़ ज़रा जल्दी जी, जल्दी ज़रा अभी प्लीज़ जल्दी. हारून भाई हैं जी, प्लीज़ आते जाएं, आपकी मेहरबानी है. नवाज भाई हैं, नवाज भाई प्लीज़ तशरीफ़ लाएं. काशिफ भाई हैं जी, काशिफ भाई. असलम भाई हैं, उनके लिए जी प्लीज. आसिफ भाई हैं जी, आसिफ भाई. आसिफ भाई जल्दी प्लीज जल्दी. तलाल भाई के लिए. तलाल भाई, मेरे भाई शाहिद, शाहिद भाई फ्रॉम क्लिक स्टूडियो. शाहिद भाई किधर हैं? जल्दी जल्दी आ जाएं. इफ़हाम बेटे प्लीज कम ऑन. इफ़हाम आ जाए बेटे आ जाए. नासिर शाह साहब, नासिर शाह भाई प्लीज तशरीफ लाएं जी. और कौन है? ये पार्टिसिपेंट्स 3 ये भी आए हैं. बेटे आप भी आ जाएं तीनों. जो आप पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं तीनों आ जाएं बेटे. आप सर्टिफिकेट ले लें बेटे, जल्दी आ जाएं. ये 3 पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं बेटे. नाम बताएं अपना. जैन, जैन के लिए जी प्लीज जैन तशरीफ लाएं. आप बेटे. शहरयार, शहरयार प्लीज आए जी. आप बेटे. तैयब भाई हैं. रेहान आ जाएं बेटे, आ जाएं जल्दी क्विकली. और आप बेटे. बिलाल भाई. सर्टिफिकेट हैं इतने खत्म हो गए? अच्छा चले. सर्टिफिकेट अवार्ड हो रहे हैं जी पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए. नेस्ले से जो दोस्त आए हैं वो भी तशरीफ ले आए जी. आपका नाम? नायाब भाई हैं, नेस्ले से तशरीफ लाए हैं जी. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर कमिंग जी. जल्दी जरा कर दें प्लीज. पिक्चर्स बन रही हैं, आपको शेयर हो जाएंगी. नायाब भाई के लिए. लाइव कवरेज के लिए सिकंदर जो हैं, सिकंदर भाई प्लीज तशरीफ लाएं. इसी मैन ऑफ द मैच ही लाइव कवरेज वाले हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच सिकंदर. महबूब साहब के लिए जी. सॉरी महबूब साहब बैठे हैं जी. नईम भाई रूप स्टूडियो से. नईम भाई प्लीज सर, सर, सर प्लीज। बहुत शुक्रिया जी नईम साहब का तशरीफ आवरी का। सर सर महबूब कैमरा से महबूब साहब तशरीफ लाएं, उनकी बेटे रीत रॉय से मजर भाई, मजर इकबाल, अगली शील्ड में अगली हेलो फोटो सर, तारक नहीं है सही साहब। एक्सपर्ट स्टूडियो से हमारे बहुत सीनियर फोटोग्राफर फैसलाबाद के सईद भाई जी, तनवीर साहब मैं चेयरमैन फैसलाबाद फोटो से दरखास्त हूँ तशरीफ लाएं जी, ज्वाइन करें हमें। राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर तनवीर साहब जी, तालियां हो जाएं सर। सर आप आए सर, आप साथ आए सर, आप रमजान साहब, रमजान साहब, रमजान साहब किधर है यार? खिजर कैमरा सेंटर से खिजर हयात साहब, इकबाल दानिश भाई हैं तांदलिया वाला से, हमारे बहुत प्यारे भाई हैं, उनके लिए ये शहजाद भट्टी साहब हैं, ये प्रेसिडेंट हैं वीडियो एसोसिएशन के, क्रिश्चियन वीडियो एसोसिएशन के प्रेसिडेंट हैं जी शहजाद भट्टी साहब, इनके तालियां जी, प्लीज थोड़ी थोड़ी क्लैपिंग करते जाएं साथ साथ जी। बेटे यासीन साहब का भी यासीन साहब यासीन हाँ सर, इरफान साहब, इरफान भाई, इरफान कैमरा सेंटर से जी, राशिद भाई, राशिद भाई प्लीज जी, सीनियर फोटोग्राफर भी हैं, हमारे प्रेसिडेंट भी हैं सर, सर है स्मार्ट साहब दी होनी, अब्दुल स्मार्ट साहब, अब्दुल स्मार्ट साहब, अब्दुल स्मार्ट साहब, अब्दुल स्मार्ट साहब हैं, प्रेसिडेंट एसोसिएशन है फोटोग्राफर एसोसिएशन के। शफीक भाई फ्रेंड्स कलर लैब से, थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग सर। बात चो कर सीनियर फोटोग्राफर फोटो जर्नलिस्ट जनाब अब्दुल माजिद साहब, सर प्लीज तशरीफ लाएं जी। ये कौन है तारक, ये भी नहीं आया, ये कौन कौन है, ये रखें बाद में रखते हैं, एक और बनाए जरा। यस कर रहे हैं अब्दुल गफार साहब, तो आपके लिए भी है, प्लीज तशरीफ लाएं। इनका क्लिक कर दें जी फॉर्म। हाँ जी हो
अब जी आप सबके जाने पहचाने शील्ड रिसीव करेंगे जनाब कसवर साहब। आज के हमारे जो बेसिकली चीफ गेस्ट हैं उनको बुलाने से पहले हम दावत देंगे आज की मॉडल को कि अपना सर्टिफिकेट वसूल करें। क्लैपिंग मॉडल के लिए जी। आप जब पार्टिसिपेट है बीच में सर से ले जाना। थैंक यू। जो हमारे चीफ गेस्ट तो जनाब एडी लियू हैं, लेकिन इसके अलावा भी एक और चीफ गेस्ट हैं, उनके लिए भरपूर क्लैपिंग यासीन भाई।
ये यादगारी शील्ड जो है ये हमारे रहनुमा, हमारे मोहसन, हमारे बड़े बुजुर्ग, हमारे चेयरमैन हैं जनाब सैयद तनवीर हुसैन जैदी साहब, ये उनके लिए है जी। और साथ उनके बेटे भी तशरीफ़ लाए हैं अब्दुल रहमान, मैं उनसे भी दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि वो तशरीफ़ लाएँ। अब्दुल रहमान ने भी अब फोटोग्राफी की दुनिया में कदम रखा है जी। आप इनके लिए दुआ करें कि इनके लिए अच्छे फ्यूचर के लिए इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ फोटोग्राफी। सर थैंक यू। This is the special award for Sir ERDIE ILAO for this memorable shield। ये हमें याद रखेंगे, जब जब ये शील्ड को देखेंगे तो ये याद करेंगे कि वो फैसलाबाद आए थे और इन्होंने हमारे लिए हमारी मालूमात में, हमारे इल्म में बहुत ज़्यादा इजाफा किया। मैं इनका बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। इनके लिए मैं कहता हूँ खड़े होके क्लैपिंग होनी चाहिए, जब तक ये शील्ड ले रहे हैं उस वक्त तक क्लैपिंग होनी चाहिए।
हमारे साथ तावन करेंगे यासिन भाई, शफीक साहब, राशिद भाई, प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड। रमजान साहब, सही साहब, राव भाई आ जाएं प्लीज। स्पेशल शील्ड प्लीज। यस यस।
लंच के बाद ग्रुप फोटो बना लेंगे, ठीक है? आप लोगों ने जाना नहीं।
ये शील्ड देंगे जी चेयरमैन साहब और जुबैर कुतुब साहब। जी भरपूर क्लैपिंग में। जी तशरीफ रखिएगा सब दोस्त। अब
लंच कर लें।
अब एक शील्ड रहती है जी।
ये जुबैर साहब सर थैंक यू जी। ये शील्ड जो है ये नाइकॉन की तरफ से है, नाइकॉन कंपनी की तरफ से जुबैर कुतुब भाई और एडी लू हमारे जो मास्टर ट्रेनर हैं वो चेयरमैन एसोसिएशन जनाब सैयद तनवीर हुसैन ज़ैदी साहब को और प्रेसिडेंट एसोसिएशन मोहम्मद अहमद साहब को ये शील्ड पेश करेंगे। मैं चाहता हूँ राव बशर भाई आप भी प्लीज़ आ जाए यहाँ पे। शील्ड फ्रॉम मिस्टर एडी इलाओ। राव भाई आओ ना यार प्लीज। अफजल साहब के बेटे हैं, तशरीफ लाएं। यहाँ एक सर्टिफिकेट उनके लिए भी है, प्लीज तशरीफ लाएं। ये रखिएगा बेटे, ये रखिएगा। ग्रुप फोटो बाद होगा। मैं तमाम मेहमान गर्व का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ जी। रमीज साहब ये अपना सर्टिफिकेट ले लें। इसके बाद खाने के लिए हम सकलैन साहब और रमीज साहब पहले जी अपना सर्टिफिकेट वसूल करेंगे। लाहौर से हैं, नाइकॉन टीम में हैं, ये अपना सर्टिफिकेट वसूल करेंगे। और फिर सकलैन साहब हैं, सकलैन भाई नहीं सर ग्रुप फोटो बाद में, फिर टाइम हो जाएगा। मेहरबानी। कोई नहीं यार, जरूरी नहीं है, वो ज्यादा मसला है। खाने के बाद ग्रुप फोटो है, प्लीज जाइएगा नहीं। तो मैं दरख्वास्त करता हूँ कि सब लोग खाने की तशरीफ ले जाएं। खाना लेके आप इसी नशिस्तों पे आके बैठ सकते हैं। सर थैंक यू वेरी मच जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, थैंक यू फॉर ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट। सर प्लीज खाने के लिए तशरीफ ले जाएं। एम साहब